Which Mishnah are we on?
We're in Vav Zion.
Vav Zion. Okay.
Okay, this is a subject of Shavuos Hanod. That's our subject, and we spoke about many times about the idea you need to have Shavuos Hanod, but if the water is going over the top of the barrier between the two different containers, the word container is the wrong word, but the two
bodies.
Yeah, but they're in the ground, so it's not called a
But they're bodies of water. That's what they are.
Yeah,
bodies
okay.
of water.
So if it's going over the top, so you don't need a shveres hanoid. So the question is, why? What's the pshat? What in this whole idea of shveres hanoid? We're going to learn inside a little bit about that shortly. But anyways, the Mishnah says as follows: Eruv mikvos k'shveres hanoid. If you have two different mikvos and you want them to become blank, I'm not going to say what the word Eruv means right now. So then you need a shveres hanoid, ka'ovya or k'chalolo. It has to be a round thing that you can turn your fingers freely in them. And the Rishonim over here say that we're talking about the index finger and the middle finger, as opposed to usually the word etzba refers to the thumb. Here it refers to the one al yad hakudel, not the gudel itself. And then the Mepharshim figure out how we know that. But anyways, that's the halacha. That's the size of the hole. Suffix sheveres hanoid, suffix she'eino sheveres hanoid. You're not sure if you have the shear or not. And I'll just mention, this must be about 25 years ago. I was inspecting a brand new mikveh together with Rav Neuvert, and we were in the mikveh itself. There was no water inside, obviously. We're just, and he's coming up the steps, and the Shofer's Hanoid happened to be that it comes out on the steps. Maybe it's not happens to be. There's a reason why they do it like that. And he looks at the hole, and he tells the guy in charge, the builder in charge, he said, "You made the hole too small. It has to be bigger." And I turned to him and I said, "It looks to me it's big enough." So he says, "Maybe it has to be bigger." So we got a meter, and we measured it, and it was exactly the shear. And he was furious. He says, "You can't make it exactly the shear because you can get gook stuck inside, and if the gook gets stuck inside, you can have a problem." We're about to learn about that halacha. That's what I'm saying over the story. But it was, to say, a good eye. My uncle, told me he was once by the Chazon Ish, and someone brought him a becher and asked him if it has the shear. So he took a look at the becher and he said, "Exactly, it has exactly the shear." And they measured it, it was exactly the shear Chazon Ish. So I don't know. Some people have a knack, and some people have a brain, and some people don't. Anyways, Suffix Shveres Hanoid, Suffix Ein Shveres Hanoid. So machlekes between me and Rav Neuvert, does it have a Shveres Hanoid or not? Psula, the halacha is that we consider the tefillah invalid.
What was the Rav? Was the Rav sticking to his guns after it was exact?
We'll see soon. We'll finish the shir today. We'll have a clearer understanding of how one's supposed to figure this out. The reason why you have to be machmer is because it's a doraisa dikadin. I don't know why he had to say that, and soon maybe we'll see whether the Mishnah why that is like that.
What's the question? Is that suffix drabanan lakula? Why? Of course, you have to say it's the right. No.
Okay. Well, there's another klal, and this is a very important klal. Even if you say, and this is the Shitas Hashach, which way most people paskin, even if you say suffix drabanan lakula, my analogy to this is you have a plug. So there's a positive, there's a negative, and there's a neutral. Sometimes you have a cheskas heter, sometimes you have a cheskas iser, and sometimes you have nothing. So when we say Safek Rabban Lakula, according to most Poskim Halacha L'Maisa, that's talking about when you have a nothing. So it's only a Safek Rabbanon. If you have a Cheskas Isser, then you have to be Machmir. This is very Negeya many, many times. I get plagued with this question well more times than I'd like to, so I can't say it's every day. But a lady goes to the mikveh and she has a Safek Chatzitza. So you don't say, according to most places, you don't say Safek Rabban Lakula, even though the Chatzitza is only on the miyat of her body, and therefore it's only a Chatzitza Darabon and not a Chatzitza Daraisa, because she has a Cheskas Isser. So Safek Rabban Lakula is not always enough. Okay? Parrots, you with me?
With you. So he's not saying anything about Chazaka. He's saying it's the Raisa. So it sounds like even if there is a Cheskes Tara, with Safek would be Aser.
You know what? You became totally unethical. You asked the question, I answered your question. I wasn't explaining the Mishnah. I asked the question. I want to just review what happened over here. I said, it says the reason why it's apostles of Meishush of Torah. I said, I don't know why you have to say that. So he said, well, obviously, because it will be a Darabonon, you would say Safek Darabonon Lakula. So I said, you wouldn't necessarily say Safek Darabonon Lakula because it has a Cheskas Isser. Now, what's your question?
You brought in this Cheskas Isser thing. You didn't say anything about that in the Mishnah.
No, I know, I understand that, but the question is, why do you have to come on to Meishush of Torah? What is the reason they have to say that? So I'm not saying that could be the reason, could be not. We'll see maybe when we learn the before.
You're applying it to a case where there's no difference if it's Safek Deraisa, Safek Derabanan. Obviously, the Mishnah is saying it's talking about a case where there is a difference.
Don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Later.
The thank is Ais min Ameis, Gizais min Avela, the Chadash min Asheretz. All of these things are Safek Tuma issues. They have the same halacha that you have to go l'chumrah. Kol sheyamoid kisheferes hanoid mima'ato. Anything that you have sitting in the sheferes hanod diminishes its diameter. Is that a double portion?
What does it mean? Sheyamod kishavar. I didn't understand. What does that mean? What is sheyamod?
You have. I'm going to read the Rav. Bein afar, bein tzroires, oyach tushim, adumim, hagedolim b'mayim, all different kinds of. I just use the word junk, that you have over there that fill up the hole that's stuck in the pipe. And ve'ena mikvos misarvim, and they don't. The mikvahs don't mix.
It's standing like in this hole, or it's standing mul the hole. I'm not sure what he's saying.
I don't know what the word standing mean. You have something.
You have a pebble sitting in this hole, in this.
Right.
So I guess with the pebble, so then you don't have a clear shavar sadot through and through. That's the problem.
That's what it seems to say. Now I want to ask you a question.
Why it says LP? Anywhere in the thing should be a problem. Why is it Dafka LP?
I understood what LP means. The shear of shavar sadot. It means in the mouth. It has to be a shavar sadot all the way through. I think it's a uniform measure. At least that's why I understood LP meant in the area of.
Okay.
But I just have a question to ask you. In Shabbos, if there would be a pebble, we'll use that example. There would be a pebble in the pipe. Do you think that if you take it out, you're chayiv for Bainer or Zayser on Shabbos?
Maybe for Tikkun Mana.
1 second. The Rav did not say anything about being stuck there. He didn't say you have to call a plumber. He didn't say you have to put caustic acid in there. Could be you could just gook it out with your hands. Mr. Fialkov, what are you thinking about?
I say, so what? What difference does it make if you could take it out with your hand or it's fused onto the inside of the surface? What difference does that make? It's there.
Okay.
It's there.
And what's the problem with it being there?
It's the shear that's required.
So I say, if it would be that it's stuck onto it, so then it's easier for me to understand that it's mamayit the shear.
A chatzitza is.
Can I ask you a question?
Whether
let me just ask you a question, then you'll finish. Let's say you have the shveres hanod on one side. I'm in the kosher side of the mikveh. You're in the non-kosher side, and I stick my finger in the hole from one side to the other while you're toveling. Is that also a problem?
Bonagid, yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay, I'm very happy with your answer.
And you know what I would compare that to? Tovel v'sharetz biyado.
I'm lost. I don't know what this. I don't know what has to do with that. But
That's if the guy's on the not so good side. And he's
but I would like you, if I can please ask you to explain your position. I think that some people find that very difficult to understand. How does my finger negate the shveres hanod? It's just hanging in midair inside the hole.
It's a blockage. It's still there.
Okay. You guys buy that? All right. Yeah, listen, I can't say that you're wrong. So
Could you say that I'm right?
I think so, but I think it needs a little bit more tweaking, but I think that's true. In other words, the question is, what do you need the shveres hanod to be? What is it? If the point is that this is why I understand it. If the point is there has to be a flow, so then I understand what you're saying. If the point is there has to be a connection, I don't understand what you're saying. In other words, I'll use the following analogy, which isn't mine. I stole it from some of the Mefarshim. Let's say you had an ice cube there. Which theoretically you could tovel in an ice cube. It's kosher. It's theoretically kosher water. But it definitely disrupts the flow. Shaffer, are you with me?
I'm with you. I'm wondering, before you come to the ice cube, what if you have just regular water in there?
Well, I think that
water is okay.
Water does not obstruct the flow. Look at Paris.
I don't know about ice. If ice is water, then it's okay. If ice is not, then it's a problem.
I would just like to read with you right now the Rav that I just glossed over, because there's a fascinating word over there. Ben Afar, Ben Srares, Ben Yachdushim Adumim Hagdolim B'mayim. According to some, that means things which are created out of the water, and those are actually not a chatzitza. They're considered like water. And still, and we're going to see, and still, it could be mamayit and shveres hanod, even though you could tovel in them, which is actually, this is where we're going on this subject. Okay. This is the outlook of the Mishnah, and we're going to right now try to explore a little bit the concept of what is shveres hanod do. Now, I'm going to start Taisis in Gittin Daf Tezayin Amar Aleph. There's a machlokes, Rabbeinu Tam and the Ri. If the concept of shveres hanod is that the hole has to be Sheferes Hanod, or the water flow has to be a Sheferes Hanod. It happens to be that I go to the mikveh many times, and I'm very frustrated. And the reason why I'm frustrated, there are many reasons why I'm frustrated, but the reason why I'm frustrated that I'm sharing with you now is all the mikvahs, they're made that the water level where the Sheferes Hanod is, those tiles are a different color, so it should be easy for the guy who's running the mikveh to make sure that he fills it up properly. And theoretically, it's supposed to be that hole is totally covered. If it's not totally covered, as we'll see maybe in Taisus in a second, we're maybe not going to have a Sheferes Hanod happening. Now, in reality, I just want to make it clear, we paskin Medina that as long as it once had a Sheferes Hanod, that's good enough, even though we're machmer that it should always have a Sheferes Hanod. If you go to many mikvos, if you go to the mikveh in on Sorek, Shevet Halevi. So, Ari, do you go to that mikveh? You ever go to that mikveh? Anybody ever use that mikveh? Shlomo, you use it? Okay. Do you notice there's these black things, corks? I don't know what you call them, that are in the Sheferes Hanod. You know what I'm talking about?
Stoppers.
Stoppers. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. In the Sheferes Hanod. Now, the reason why they do that is because of some halacha which we didn't yet learn yet, but it was at one time connected, and then they disrupt the connection with that stopper. And I think I mentioned to you once that sometimes those stoppers leak a little bit, and then you have a problem of a schila. You have a problem of a schila, which we'll maybe discuss some other day. But
if I have a question, I have a question. When you said the water doesn't fill the whole Sheferes Hanod, then you don't need the Sheferes Hanod because then it's the top surface is connecting it.
No.
Why
Because
not?
Because you have a wall on top of it.
But still the surface of the water. What's the difference?
All right. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll have an answer for you if we finish the Briskerov. I think that will be okay. You know what? I just want to get my Gemara. I want to read a Gemara. Taisus, I'm reading Taisus, Daf Tez Zayin Amud Aleph. It's a big Taisus called Nitzuk Chibur.
In what?
In Gittin.
Gittin.
Tez Zayin Amud Aleph.
Okay. Long Tosis.
Right. So I can only tell you where it is on the page, but I can't tell you where it is in text. On the page, it's I'll give Vamar Rabbeinu Tam. The Nekev. Can you have a search over there? You can find the word.
How far down is it?
It's probably about halfway down.
It's in the medium wide.
There's a Mishnah that says Perek Vav de Mikvaos Mishnah Zayin. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's us, by the way. The ear of Mikvaos Sheferes Hanod. You have that? Can you put it on your screen?
Yeah, we'll try to. Oh, it's disabled. If you're the host, you have to enable sharing.
Am I the host? Is that what I am? I feel very. sign in as host. Okay, I guess we'll do that. How do I sign in as host?
I
I don't know. Am I the host now?
think you're the host.
I don't know. Enter host key to claim host. I don't know how.
I don't know who is the host then.
Okay, well, I guess I'm not. Well, you guys are welcome to come some other time. I'll have to find out how we do that.
Yeah,
Okay. Anyways.
They block sharing. So.
Okay, fine. Anyways, okay. So I guess we can't do that other thing either. Not you or I. Right, parrots? I can't put the brisker out. The what?
I guess we can't do it. Who's probably Lev is the host.
Probably either Lev is the host or Shimon is the host.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just 1 second.
And you're muted now.
Okay, I guess I'm getting good at ping pong. Anyways, I'm gonna read the thesis over here. Perek Vav the Mikvaos Tanan Ma'aser Perek etc. Ir Mikvaos Shveres Hanoid v'Oiv Yad u'Bechalal Kishtei Etzvos Chazus HaMekomim. That's our Mishnah. V'Omer Rabbeinu Tam the Nekev Be'inan Shveres Hanod. You need to have the whole beer Shveres Hanod. Avomayim Sagi B'Tafech Latviach. But you only need to have. Oh, okay. Here he has. Okay, 1 second. Okay, 1 second. Here where he's. Well, anyways, Rabbeinu Tam says that you don't need to have water, a Shveres Hanod. You only have to have a whole Shveres Hanod. Now, I guess that's something which needs explanation. Now, the Einirari, and Taisus brings a Ri who disagrees with Rabbeinu Tam. That now be Mikvaos Vov Mishnah Test, Kaiso Shabein Shtei Mikvaos, Shenizdak L'Shesi Mitztaref L'Erevein Mitztaref. Achia b'Makom Echad Shveres Hanoid, B'Yira Omer Chiluf Ador, Nifet Sulamailo, Nzula Zeo, B'Chubas Hashum, etc. V'Imkein, Hada Omer Iv Mikvaos Shveres Hanoid, Molei Nekev Mayim B'inon V'Tzafim L'Mailo. You need to have it, the whole hole with a W, the whole hole without a W has to be filled with water. So here we have a machlekes, two shittas and taisis. What is the exact criteria to decide if your shveres hanod is good or not? So when I go to the mikveh, and this happens sometimes, I go to the mikveh, the stopper is not inside, and it's not connected to shveres hanod. So what bothers me? What bothers me is even if it was once connected, but when I'm going to, oh great, how did you do that, parrots?
Shimon turned it on.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, do you see this? Go higher. Oh, that's about right. Go a little bit higher. You're right there. Okay. The Rabbeinu Tam is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Here's Vomer Rabbeinu Tam over here.
Vomer Rabbeinu Tam, an abbreviation. The first word on the line is V'oivi.
Yeah. That's. Can you see the arrow here? Or no?
I see it. Yeah, I see it, but it's very small. I don't know if you can make it bigger or not.
I don't know. I can make it bigger.
Okay, whatever. Whoever could see it, just put on your glasses. I have a glass for us, right? Maybe you can do that too. What happened? Where'd you go? Oh, this is way better.
Okay.
Okay. The neck, you're right, right place. You were good. You were good. Well, why'd you move? Okay, fine. Okay. Anyways, so the Beit Tam says that you just need to have the hole be the size of a Shver Sanoi, and the Re says you have to have the water fill the hole of a Shver Sanoi. And this is obviously something that needs some kind of an explanation. What's going on? What are they arguing about? Anybody wants to take a crack at it?
I think
That's
Parrot's
fine.
kind of already cracked it.
What?
I think Parrot's cracked it when he asked about it being Klipas Hashum.
Why? What did he crack? What did he say?
So he said that when you have when the water is not above the hole entirely, it just barely clears the bottom of the hole.
Yeah.
So now you have water reaching both of the pools, and it's the thickness of a klipas hashum. So now you have a connection above the water level.
Yeah. I don't have any. I heard all the words you said, but I don't get what are you saying? What are you trying to say?
So according to Rabbeinu Tam, that's adequate to make a combination of the two mikvahs.
And according to Re?
According to the Re, I don't know what's chasser there.
It says that's not. So what is the idea? So I'm asking, what is the idea that you need to have a shver
right. So why do you
water?
need right? Why would you need a shver sanod? Why couldn't it be smaller? I understand.
What's the point?
Right.
What's the point? Okay, so I'm going to read. Parrots, can you get that brisker up? Could you?
Yeah.
You could still do that?
Yeah. The first one?
The first one, brisker up. Yeah, the second one is pinch out to get bigger. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay.
Where in it?
Okay. Go the second column. Go towards the top. The imkain sovar. Oh, you're close. Yeah, good stuff from here. Okay, Tom break one the voice. Okay, this is the right. Let's just move a little fine. Ulam, go down about 10 lines. Ulam, Riba Taisasham, stop. Polig al Rabbeinu Tam. We start the Mole Mayim Beinan, Shamayim Atzman Yekish Feres Hanoit, Ayin Sham. We did Ray Taisus. We hate Tzarchi and Shita Sari. We're hard to understand them, the Beinan Gam Hamayim Sheferes Hanoit. Why? Because the idea seems to be that you have to break the wall down if you have a big enough hole, so you have no more wall. Okay, even Mishum the Sabbath, the called Sin the Shura Sheferes Hanoit. Al-Hamayim Nemar, that you have to have the waters connecting in such a great amount. Like they Shirmayim Sheferes Hanoi Ma'arvi, we call the waters mixed. Oh, the name the Avada, Gam Chita Saridika Yisachel Shir the Sheferes Hanoi Nemar Al Nekev Alamayim. He also agrees to the basic principle of Rabbeinu Tam that the Shir Sheferes Hanoi is set on the wall, not on the water. Vein the Sheferes Hanoi Inyan Klal Shirmayim, it doesn't do with the water. Rakol Ikrahu, the Meshairin Shenemru Benekev, Ella the Svilleri, the Ain Bekula Mayim, Ain Anekev Moil Denirev, the Oisa Mixas Nekev, Sheain Bo Mayim, Loy Mitzaref. With what is it called a hole? with that which is used to move things from one place to the other. Otherwise, it's not a hole. So it has to be, the word that I'm going to use, it has to be a functioning hole. It has the ability to function. That doesn't yet make it into a hole. It has to be functioning. How is it functioning? When I have water going through it, then it becomes a functioning hole. But the yesod, says the Brisker of Machadish, the yesod is still that you have to have a break in the wall. And the water is just a way for us to be able to say how big the break is. Okay, does that idea go down? Hello, you people with me?
Still not sure if it's at the top or it's in the middle. I don't know.
At the top and middle of what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
If it's at the top of the water level, so where are we going to the social professional thing? I still don't get that.
You have to have a hole that size in the wall for us to consider the wall breached. Now, when do I consider a hole in the wall a hole? When it's used to transfer goods from one side to the other. Not when it can transfer goods from one side to the other, when it's functioning as a hole in the wall. And if you don't have it full, it's not functioning as a hole in the wall. Who did I lose?
So he's saying it's not the water, it's the hole?
Correct. Everybody, that's his Machadish. Everybody, Rabbeinu Tam and the Re both hold that it's the hole, not the water.
So
just the Re holds that in order for us to give a size to the hole, it has to be in use. And Rabbeinu Tam says you don't. As long as it's there and it could be used, is good enough.
So Rabbeinu Tam says it could be above the water level, and the Re says it has to be in the water level.
I don't know what the word above the water level means. What does that mean?
It means it's above the top of the water. It's in the wall.
The Re says it has to be above the top of the hole. And the water.
The water has to be in the hole somehow.
It has to fill the hole. Everybody holds it has to be in the hole. According to Rabbeinu Tam, it just has to be on the bottom of the hole, just a little tefech almanas latfiach going from one to the other. And according to the Re, it has to be full with water. All right, you know what? I'm going to stop over here. Yechiel, remind me next week that this is really very important, this concept. We're not up to Reb Chaim yet. Still got to do it to Reb Chaim.
What's the svara of the other? What's the svara? Is this that it's enough that it could? The svara that you need it to be in. The svara that you need to be in it, then it makes sense.
Like I should try to sell you the Brooklyn Bridge because you bought the hardest svara as far as I'm concerned instead of the easier svara. You have a hole in the wall. You have a hole in the wall. Why does it have to be functioning to be considered a hole in the wall?
And well, otherwise, what's the purpose of it?
No, it can function. It can function.
Because it's roy to be, called a roy something.
But
then
not even, yeah, but it's there. The wall has a hole in it that destroys its ability to be a boundary between one side and the other because there's so much water that can go through it.
If the wall would be, let's say you have a 40, let's say we're just trying to mix mikvah kasha with mikvah shuvin. Okay?
That's worse. I didn't speak about that yet. We're going to speak about that next week.
Okay, so what are we talking about now?
We're talking about shiurim. One has 20 and the other 20, or one has 40 and the other one has
20.
10.
And right now, they're not really meeting because the hole is slightly above the...
No. They are meeting.
But not completely. Not filling the whole shofar center.
Not filling the hole, correct.
I understand. But they are meeting.
Correct.
So they're together as far as we're concerned. And
Well,
if the
that
hole would be
depends.
less than the Shofar Sanod,
So then we consider it two bodies of water that are touching. We don't consider it one body of water.
so if I have a Shofar Sanod, that tells me that there's free passage between the two of them.
No, that they're one, maybe. The simple shot is that they're one. There's no wall.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Maybe.
So
You know, it's 2 weeks ago we said not like that, but that's definitely that's a simple understanding.
But we're continuing for the Brisker next week. Is that the idea?
Yeah, we're gonna start with the continue from the Mishnah. Yes, we can do this Mishnah again. Bli Neder, if I remember.
I'm about to say, but the Brisker that's where we have to remember.
Yeah. Well, this I think we're gonna go over this Brisker, and then we're gonna go to do the Chaim, and then we'll attack the Mishnah. You know, we'll see if we can even understand what's going on. Okay.
Guys, we just got out of Sukkot where under 3 Tvachim exists as if there's no hole there. How did this become a hole in the wall if it's only first and node?
I'm totally lost. Why do you think that everything has the same dinim to it?
Well, lavud means it's nothing there.
Nothing. No,
It doesn't make
contrary. Lavud means that it is there.
lavud means there's no hole there.
No, lavud means that the hole is considered closed.
Yeah.
Lavud means that it's closed, not that it's open. Got it backwards.
Right, it's closed. So how does Shvaver Sanod make it not closed?
Well,
Because
water.
No. He's asking. When I say he's asking a good question, but they're two different halachas about two different things. This halacha, this halacha Moshe Misina. It's not. I can't. I don't have to answer the question. I'm not pulling rank on you. He said it's halacha Moshe Misina. That's the way it works. But I don't think that we're doing the same thing. In other words, the person made a roof out of lovewood and it's raining in. So the guy says, I'm freezing. It's raining on me. So the guy says, you're not B'kairos. Right? Lovewood doesn't make it closed, right?
Wait, so the halacha Moshe Sinai is that this hole makes the two sides like one?
Or we'll see.
Or
we're going to discuss that. Or
it's not the water that makes the two sides like one.
Right. So that's what Yechiel, according to some, we'll see there's a machlekes rishonim if the Sheferes Hanod can make She'uvim kosher, all it can do is connect the Shiurim. That's what we're going to see. What does it do? Because it maybe only makes it the two things connected, but it doesn't. It's not a mitar. It doesn't put you into the other mikveh.
If
so we're going to see.
Whatever. We'll find out.
You'll find out. I hope you don't lose any sleep. Okay. Have a good week.